Be me. 29M, San Francisco Bay Area. Product manager for a Series C fintech unicorn. We are disrupting the way Gen Z interacts with fractionalized real estate on the blockchain. Or something. Honestly, I just manage the Jira tickets and say synergy in Zoom meetings. Make $240,000 base. $150,000 in equity. My life is optimized. Waking up at 4:30 a.m. Ice bath plunge. Whoopstrap tracking my recovery. Nootropic stack with my espresso. I listen to podcasts about longevity and biohacking on 2x speed. Efficiency is my religion. If it doesn't scale, I don't touch it. My apartment is a glass box in Soma, minimalist. Everything is white or gray. The only color comes from my RGB gaming setup I never use because I'm too busy grinding. Enter Maya, my girlfriend of 4 years. We met in college before I became the optimizer. She's different. 28F. Works as a violin luthier and restorer. Literally repairs old wooden instruments all day. Works in a dusty workshop in Oakland that smells like varnish and horsehair glue. Her hands are always rough. Calluses on her fingertips. Sometimes she comes home with wood shavings in her hair. She makes $55,000 a year on a good year. She drives a 2004 Subaru Outback that rattles when it goes over 60. She loves it. Says it has character. In my world, character is just a euphemism for inefficient. I've been trying to help her pivot for years. Babe, why don't you start a YouTube channel? ASMR restoration is huge. We could monetize the process. You could drop ship beginner violin kits from China. She always laughs it off. I like the wood, Alex. I like bringing the music back. It's cute, but it's small thinking. It's unscalable. She spends 200 hours restoring a cello from 1890 for a profit of maybe $2,000. My hourly rate consulting is $300. Do the math. It's physically painful for me to watch her work so hard for so little return. She's an analog signal in a digital world. And I'm 5G. The gap starts widening around the time I get my senior VP promotion. I start hanging out with a new crowd. Founders, VCs, angel investors, people who talk about exits and runway. We go to dinners where the steak costs more than Maya's weekly grocery budget. Maya comes along sometimes. She wears a vintage dress she thrifted. Everyone else is wearing Balenciaga and obscure Japanese streetwear. Someone asks her what she does. I fix violins. The table goes quiet. Oh, that's quaint. So, is that like a hobby? Maya smiles. Unbothered. No, it's my trade. They look at me with pity, like I'm dating a peasant. I feel the shame rising. Why can't she just say she's an acoustic audio engineer? Or a heritage asset manager? She refuses to play the game. Afterward, in the Uber Black, I snap. You could have tried harder to relate to them, Maya. Relate to who, Alex? The guy who spent 45 minutes talking about his Adderall prescription? They are high-value individuals. Networking is leverage. They're boring, and they look unhappy. She doesn't get it. She's content with mediocrity. That's the word that sticks in my brain. Mediocrity. I'm optimizing my body, my portfolio, my sleep schedule. Why am I not optimizing my partner? Dating Maya is an opportunity cost. Every hour I spend listening to her talk about varnish drying times is an hour I'm not talking about Series A funding with someone who can elevate me. Then I meet Sloan. Sloan is a principal at a top-tier VC firm. 29F, Stanford MBA. She wears power suits and has a gaze that could cut glass. We meet at a future of fintech mixer. Within 5 minutes, we're debating the merits of decentralized, autonomous organizations. It's electric. It's efficient. We speak the same language. KPIs, ROI, EBITDA. She asks about my portfolio. I ask about her deal flow. There is no friction. No need to explain why I work 80 hours a week. She works 90. We grab coffee a few days later. Blue bottle, obviously. She checks her Apple Watch 3 times in 10 minutes. I find it incredibly attractive. She values her time. She looks at me over her oat milk latte. You're ambitious, Alex. I can tell. You're going to found something big. That's the plan. You need a co-founder in life, not just business. Someone who accelerates you. It hits me like a push notification. Maya is a drag coefficient. Sloan is a turbocharger. I go home to our apartment. Maya is there, sanding a bridge for a viola at the kitchen table. Fine dust is everywhere. She looks up, smiling. Hey, I made stew. Stew. Peasants eat stew. Winners drink nutrient toilet blends. I sit down. I don't eat the stew. We need to talk. The classic line. She puts down the sandpaper. Okay, I feel like we're on different trajectories, Maya. I use my performance review voice. I'm looking to scale my life. I'm looking for exponential growth. And I'm linear? She asks. You're static. You're happy where you are. And that's fine. For you. But I need someone who challenges me. Someone who understands the market. Someone who isn't covered in sawdust. It was mean. I wanted it to be mean. I needed to sever the asset to stop the bleeding. She looks at her hands. Rough, scarred, steady. She doesn't cry. Maya never cries. She just nods slowly. You think value is something you can plot on a graph, Alex. Value is quantifiable, Maya. That's how the world works. She stands up. Okay, if I'm a bad investment, you should divest. She packs a bag. It takes her 20 minutes. She owns so little. Before she leaves, she puts a small wooden box on the counter. I made this for your birthday next week. Walnut and maple. Hand-cut dovetails. Keep it. As a reminder. Of what? Of things that take time. She walks out. No drama. No screaming. Just the quiet click of the door. I feel a massive wave of relief. Unshackled. I throw the wooden box in a drawer without opening it. Who needs a box? I have the cloud. I text Sloan. It's done. She replies instantly with a calendar invite. Drinks? 9 p.m. I have a hard stop at 10:30. Perfect. The next 6 months are a blur of high-performance living. Sloan and I are the it couple of the accelerator scene. We don't have dates. We have strategy sessions. We go to spin class together at 5 a.m. We critique each other's pitch decks over dinner at Michelin star restaurants, where the portions are tiny and the plates are huge. It's exhausting, but it's success. I feel like I'm winning. Sloan is critical. Why are you wearing that watch? It signals mid-tier management. I buy a Rolex I can't really afford. Why is your body fat percentage at 14%? You should be at 10% for optimal cognition. I starve myself. Your friends are dragging you down. You need to network up. I stop talking to my college buddies. I am optimizing. I am becoming the perfect product. Sloan doesn't hold my hand. She holds me accountable. It's cold. Sometimes, lying in bed next to her while she answers emails on her phone at midnight, I miss the smell of sawdust. I miss the stew, but I push that down. Emotions are inefficiencies. Then the market shifts. Interest rates hike. The VC money faucet turns off. The crypto winter hits. My company, the one disrupting real estate? Turns out, we were mostly disrupting our investors' bank accounts. We have a burn rate of $2 million a month and zero revenue. The board panics. Layoffs. Massive layoffs. I get the invite on a Tuesday morning. Mandatory all hands. The CEO is crying on Zoom. Fake tears. Macroeconomic headwinds. Restructuring for agility. My screen goes black. Access revoked. Slack disabled. Email gone. I am unemployed. My equity? Worthless. 0 cents. I have $40,000 in credit card debt from keeping up with Sloan's lifestyle. And a lease on apartment that costs $5,000 a month. I call Sloan. I need comfort. I need a partner. She picks up on the third ring. Make it quick. I'm in due diligence for a Series B. I got laid off. The company folded. Silence. I hear her typing. That's unfortunate, Alex. Unfortunate? I lost everything. My options are 0. Well, you should have diversified. You were too exposed to one vertical. Sloan, I don't know, can we get dinner? I can't tonight. Networking event. Tomorrow? Look, Alex. Her voice changes. It becomes the voice she uses for founders she's rejecting. This changes the dynamic. I need a partner who is a peer. Someone with momentum. Are you serious? You're stagnant now. You're a liability. I can't carry dead weight. It's bad optics. We've been dating for 6 months. And the ROI isn't there anymore. Good luck, Alex. Pivot to something safer. Click. Dumped. Laid off. Broke. In the span of 4 hours. I sit in my minimalist white apartment. It feels like a prison cell. The next 3 months are hell. I apply to 500 jobs. Overqualified. Hiring freeze. We're pivoting to AI. I have to sell the Rolex at a loss. I move out of the glass box. Move into a shared room in a grim part of the city with 3 guys who are crypto evangelists. They mine Bitcoin in the living room. It's 90 degrees in there constantly. I am depressed. Not the take a mental health day depressed, the staring at the ceiling for 14 hours depressed. I realize I have no actual skills. I can manage a Jira board. I can make a slide deck. I can say synergy. I cannot build a chair. I cannot fix a car. I cannot grow food. I am a middleman for value that doesn't exist. One rainy Tuesday, I'm walking aimlessly, avoiding the apartment because the crypto miners are arguing about the blockchain fork. I find myself in a nice neighborhood, Pacific Heights. Old money, real money. Not tech money that evaporates, money that buys stone houses and keeps them for 100 years. I walk past a gallery window. It's beautiful. Warm lighting. The smell of wood drifts out onto the street. I stop. The sign says Lumiere and CO, fine instrument restoration and bespoke woodwork. I look through the glass. There are people inside. Wealthy people. Men in bespoke suits, women in pearls. They aren't looking at screens, they are looking at a cello on a stand. They look mesmerized. And there, in the center of the room, is Maya. She looks different. Same messy hair, but she's wearing a fitted apron over a nice silk shirt. She holds the cello like it's a living thing. She's explaining something, pointing to the grain of the wood. The wealthy people are hanging on her every word. A man hands her a black card. She smiles, takes it, and shakes his hand. I see a guy standing next to her. Tall, broad shoulders, wearing a flannel shirt, but a nice one. He has sawdust in his beard. He puts a hand on the small of her back. She leans into him, a look of total comfort. Synergy. Real synergy. I stand there in the rain, wearing my Allbirds that have a hole in the toe. A customer walks out. It's a famous tech CEO. One of the guys I used to worship. He's holding a restored violin case. He looks at me, then looks away. I'm invisible. I'm just an NPC. I look back at Maya. She's laughing at something the flannel guy said. She looks radiant. She looks successful. Not Series C successful. Real success. She built something real. While I was chasing vapors, I remember the box she gave me. The one I threw in the drawer. I dug it out of storage a week ago when I moved. I finally opened it. Inside was a compass. An antique brass compass she had restored. It was polished to a mirror shine. There was a note inside. So you never lose your true north, even when the world spins. I sold it at a pawn shop for $50 to buy groceries. The pawn shop guy said it was worth $500, but he knew I was desperate. I watch Maya turn off the lights in the front of the shop. She flips the sign to closed. She kisses the flannel guy. They walk to the back, probably to a workshop that smells like pine and home. I turn around, walk back to the bus stop. My phone buzzes. It's a notification from LinkedIn. Sloan has updated her status to founder at Stealth AI startup. Sloan is hiring. I stare at the screen. I feel sick. I delete the app. I get on the bus. It smells like wet dog and despair. I pull out my phone again, open the Notes app, start a new list. Not Q3 objectives, just skills to learn. Number 1, how to do something real. Number 2, how to apologize too late. Number 3, woodworking class. I close my eyes. The bus rattles over a pothole. It's inefficient, it's slow. It's exactly where I belong.